so I was really concussed. And somebody called me in my room while I was concussed on the 2 weeks that in that time period. And I was just called my hotel room, got my room, because I always, most of the time, registered under my own name, and which is probably not the smartest thing. But anyway, I was nice to her. She called me up on the phone. I was nice to her and tried to be polite and thanked her for calling me, or was nice to her and hung up the phone. Somehow that ignited a stalker experience for me, of somebody that started stalking me all the time for the next couple of weeks, stalking me everywhere I go. And then, because I don't know what was happening to her, but she kept getting stiffed on our, like, that I was calling her. I don't know if it was someone else or she called someone else by mistake, and someone would tell her that I'm going to meet her. You come meet me at my hotel or do something. But I remember she kept leaving me these messages like, you didn't show up and now I'm really mad at you and I'm gonna, when I see you, and I kept getting these messages on my machine in my hotel, and different hotels, like all over, and different cities where they did nitro. And she just kept stalking me, like threatening me on the phone. Now she's not friendly anymore, because I keep not showing up for our date that she thinks we're having. And she's getting madder and madder. I'm going, I don't even know who this lady is or what she looks like or anything. I didn't know she was, I think she told me she was a black girl. And but I remember I was in Detroit for Nitro, I think it was. And I was at the airport, and I was going from my gate all the way to the baggage claim, and I was on one of those moving sidewalks, and she was on a moving sidewalk going the other way. And I remember I was just standing there staring, and she passed me, and she stared at me like she wanted to kill me. I could just see it, and I go, I wonder what that lady's problem is. She looks like she wants to kill me. And so then she left me a message on my hotel room message machine again, saying, I saw you at the airport, and when I see you, I don't know what she made a lot of threats, and that she was in a very hostile mood at that time, this woman. And so I kind of okay, so she's a little short black girl that's built like a fire hydrant. And I shouldn't say she was that small. She was a pretty big gal, and more like a barrel. Anyway, so I kind of had an idea what she looked like now, and I just I'll just be careful of her. And of course, anyway, I don't know how many days went by, but I kept trying to get WCW to give me some kind of security or something, just in case somebody tried to knife me or stab me when I'm getting in my car or something, and they were useless. They didn't even know how to spell security. And so, nobody would do anything. I couldn't get any protection or help, and it's and she's leaving messages for me everywhere, like in every hotel I'm in, and I'm still on the road every day. And we got to Buffalo, which is only about 4 or 5 days before I retired. Once I went home from this trip, I found out how badly I was hurt from Goldberg. But I remember I was getting my rental car in Buffalo, New York, and I remember I could see her peeking behind. There's a pillar. I know you're not familiar with Buffalo Airport, or I don't assume you all are, but I was at the car rental place, and you could see across from the car rental, you could see the sidewalk outside the terminal, like about 50 yards away across the street kind of thing. So I'm getting a car, and I could see this lady peeking out behind this pillar and just staring at me. And 1 minute she's there, and then next minute she keeps sticking her head out, and I go, there she is. That's my stalker. And I remember I said to the lady at the rental thing, I said, have you ever seen a stalker before? And she goes, no, I haven't. I said, well, there's one right over there, stalking me. Been stalking me for the last 2 weeks, and she's stalking me right now. And she goes, are you serious? And she turns around, she looks, and she sees her peeking behind this pillar, and I'm like, she goes, you're serious, aren't you? And I said, dead serious. And she goes, and I'm like, you should have somebody do something about that. And I'm like, I tried. I don't know what to do other than go over and shoot her myself or something, But so anyway, she says, you know what, I'm going to do something about it. And so she phoned the airport police in Buffalo, and they all came up. Mostly came up to shake my hand and get an autograph. And they're talking to me, and I said, they're going, what's the problem? I said, I got a stalker over there. And then they're like, okay, where? And I go, look behind that pillar and wait a second, and there she is here. And so they go, you know what? So 2 policemen walk me to my car, and the other policeman goes over to just assess the situation or see what's going on with her and maybe ask her a question or something. I don't know what he went over there to do, and I didn't worry about it because I left with the 2 policemen that walked me to my rental car. But apparently she attacked the policeman and tried to stab him or something like that as soon as he came up to her. And then when that happened, they arrested her and took her to jail and at the airport police station. And when I got to my hotel, the police that had just let me go or whatever, they came into my hotel room, and because it was on my car rental thing where I was staying, and they said, we need you to come to the police station and make a report because she tried to stab a policeman now. And now it's, you don't have to worry about it. We'll take care of it from here. But your statement will help make sure that, she's dealt with properly, kind of thing. And so I had to go back to the station, and I remember I got to the police station, and she was in her jail cell kicking the walls and smashing, it was like it might as well have been a rhinoceros or something in that room. She was kicking with both feet, kicking the walls, lying on her back because I think she was handcuffed. And I remember they were going, you hear that sound? I go, yeah, what the hell's going on? It sounded like a building was being taken down or something. And they go, that's that girl in the room, And then I remember I filled out a statement, and the police drew straws one of them had to go in there and take her wig off. She had a wig on, and I remember they had a woman policeman that they sent her in to do it, and she came out and she gave the male policeman shit for being such cowards, and that they needed. I remember finally they drew straws. I remember these policemen drawing straws or toothpicks to see who would go in and take her wig off, which was always kind of funny to me because I'm totally concussed watching all this stuff. It's funny that I remember it all, but anyway, one cop got the short stick and he had to go in there, and you could hear him go in there. He thought he was, I remember he came out with her wig and he was like, he did the Indian thing with the woo. And I remember that was the last they drove me back to my hotel, and that was the last I ever heard of that girl, but I'd be okay if she was still in jail.
Doesn't this make you appreciate the